eso no se emocionen. El disco más vendido de este año. Lo llevé para la escuela. Todo el mundo tratando de hacerle secuela. Siguen en la fila, nadie se me cuela.
Nou, dan gaan we nog even verder met WWE. Aangezien ik nog even moet kijken hoe
Ustedes pagando pa' irse virales, yo pegando temas sin hacerle promo. La gente se pregunta cómo desde chamaquito, ¿sabes cómo somos? Nunca pido tenki. Yo soy Busca el T tirándome un breaking, estoy en mi pick. Y vos seguir en mi pick. Ey, soy un rey, campeón, busca el T. Ey, estoy en mi pick. Ey, y voy a seguir en mi pick. Ey, ey, mírame, que tú qué, nah, tú eres feca.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Ni voy a frontear la de repeat.
In a universe populated by monsters, giants, and larger-than-life beings, I was determined to find my own path to the top of the mountain in sports entertainment. I wasn't gifted with superhuman size or strength, but I did have an insatiable thirst to learn, the physical gifts to take to the air, and an uncle who was more than happy to give me the tools needed to become one of the greatest competitors to ever lace up a pair of boots. Starting my career in Mexico, I'd be known first as La Lagartija Verde, which means the green lizard, and Colibri, hummingbird. Still a teenager, I would eventually earn the highest honor from my uncle, as I was officially crowned Rey Misterio Jr. I would take everything I had learned from my uncle and make it all my own. I would bring Lucha Libre to the world stage. I would make cruiserweights as popular as our heavyweight counterparts, and I would prove that a cruiserweight could win it all, as long as they were given the opportunity. I would arrive in America, first stopping in ECW, before garnering the attention from the top people at WCW, who quickly signed me to a contract. With my foot in the door, it was just a matter of time before I took over the world of sports entertainment. Every step, a battle. Every opponent, a new face who felt they were superior to me. Every match, giving me a new objective to strive to meet. Should I try to weaken their legs? Throw all of my aerial techniques at them? Maybe surprise them with some defensive lucha libre? Take it to the outside? Show off my newest move? By the time I got to the ring, I always had a little mental list of things I wanted to try in order to win. And with every victory, I got another reminder that the best was yet to come. After winning WCW's Cruiserweight Championship, Cruiserweight Tag Team Championship, and the World Tag Team Championship, I would finally head to WWE to further build my legacy. In the near 20 years since I debuted in WWE, I have become known as, quite simply, the greatest luchador in sports entertainment history, the greatest mass superstar of all time. Rey is the king, having competed against every big name possible and having defeated nearly everyone that stepped in my way. Not every road is paved with gold, and mine was no different. But even when the road gets challenging, there's always opportunity. The opportunity to learn from mistakes, to grow as a competitor, and to get better. I may not have had my hand raised every time out, but there's never been a time where I didn't leave the ring better than when I entered. The memories behind the infamous match of Halloween Havoc 1997, which I truly believe is a match that put me on the map. I was a big fan of Eddie growing up, so to be able to forward all these years and then eventually share the ring with him was incredible. It was an honor for me to face one of the Guerreros. Overall, that match was highly important for me. The fact that I could become Cruiserweight Champion that night and defend my mask, not have to be unmasked. You know, that was something that was really in the back of my mind. I just didn't want to go through that. They were trying to take off every luchador's mask one by one, and I was on the list. So you could only imagine the stress that had built up. And for us luchadores, it's very prized possession. You know, this is something that I've carried since 1992. We both know, Eddie and I, what the mask means to us that carry it. So he knew what was at stake. I would never give him the satisfaction of taking my mask. Never.
Wel nice. Goeie game. Wanneer gaat 2023?
here is your winner, and the new WCW Cruiserweight Champion, Rey Mysterio Jr.
I've sat and watched that match. I actually watched it not too long ago with my son Dominic. And it's a match that I still learn from. And, you know, it's a match that doesn't get old. I truly believe that if there was no Eddie Guerrero, my career would have gone a different direction. 8 years after our epic Halloween Havoc clash, Eddie and I were on better terms, but still found ourselves unable to resist the friendly competition in WWE. Holding the WWE Tag Team Championships only drove us to wonder who the better man on the team was. We both held victories over the other, but the chance to meet at the showcase of the Immortals, WrestleMania, was something we couldn't pass up. For the first time ever, two tag team champions would go one-on-one at the grandest stage of them all. We both knew what this match meant to the other, and it's what made it so fun to go out there and try to take the glory for ourselves. With no hard feelings, of course.
Eddie Guerrero. So tonight, we celebrate the life of Eddie Guerrero.
The toughest thing about this day was what we were all living, what we were going through. It was hard for us to accept that Eddie was no longer with us. Everyone was hurting. I asked myself, what would Eddie have done? And Eddie was all about the business. Whatever happened, show must go on. I did expect to wrestle Shawn one day, just not under those terms. One of the greatest legends in WWE history. He has a lot of respect for this business and for the superstars that are up and coming. By Shawn Michaels asking me if I had the energy and the courage to have a match against him that night. He didn't have to choose me, but he did because he knew that Eddie would have loved it. That speaks of the type of human being that he is. Losing Eddie was one of the most painful experiences in both my personal and professional life. The WWE Universe came together to pay tribute to one of the most respected and beloved superstars of all time. This was a difficult night for all of the obvious reasons, but we wanted to put on a show that Eddie would be proud of. I found myself in a rare one-on. Of course, I wanted to win for myself, for my fans, and for Eddie. And while Shawn was also grieving, I knew that he would still give me everything he had, just as Eddie would have wanted.
Here is your winner, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels!
keer.
Here is your winner, Rey Mysterio!
I believe defending a championship is way harder than becoming a champion. There's always more pressure defending, keeping that title that you work hard to get. Anyone, whoever wants to become champion, they just want to destroy you. They want to take what's yours. And with a guy like JBL, he just wants to destroy you. But he would always nag and put you down. He would step on you and step on you. Amigo! Crush you down and just make you feel this big. Being the smallest superstar in that ring, facing giants in a world of giants, that was my fuel to overcome every time I stepped into the ring with him. I had finally reached the pinnacle of WWE by winning the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania in honor of my good friend, Eddie Guerrero. As a World Heavyweight Champion, I knew I had a target on my back and would face some of my toughest opponents, including John Bradshaw Layfield. JBL always made it very easy to get motivated for a match. His loudmouth, the constant mockery, and his knack for crossing the line to make things personal. He didn't think I was a real champion. He thought I'd just be a stepping stone to his reign as a dual champion. Went into Judgment Day ready to show him that all his bluster and power wasn't enough to stop Rey Mysterio. The Big Red Machine, Kane, had his sight set on eliminating me from WWE in 2008. The monstrous 7-foot-tall behemoth took pleasure in mocking my pain and misery. Kane thought he could use his mind games to break me, but I wasn't gonna let that happen. It's tough keeping your head in the game when facing someone so sick and sadistic, but at Cyber Sunday, where the WWE Universe would choose our match stipulation, the fans chose no holds barred. I didn't know what type of strategy I was gonna bring to the table that night. My technique has always been aerial maneuvers. Was I gonna be able to get away with it at an all-holds-barred match? I made a promise to myself that I wasn't going to show fear. How do I take the big man down? Hit him with whatever I got. I was gonna meet him head-on, regardless of the match type, and show him that you can't break Rey Mysterio. I became Intercontinental Champion, I was honored to hold the title with such a vast legacy of greatness. I was excited to face new challengers as the landscape was evolving. A brash newcomer named Dolph Ziggler thought he had me figured out and brushed me to the side. My point of view of Dolph Ziggler coming in, I had the utmost respect for him. He was very exciting to watch. He had a style, but with a new spike to it, a new feel to it. I knew Dolph was hungry coming into this match, and he was one of the up-and-coming superstars. But there's a mistake that he made that you never make in this business. Dolph felt like he was already the Intercontinental Champion before our match had even started. So I made sure to teach him a very valuable lesson at the biggest party of the summer. At SummerSlam, Dolph's arrogance was going to be his downfall if I had my way.
the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Rey Mysterio!
Even terug naar het hoofdmenu. Ja, oké. Play. Deze is alles.
Welcome, the Empress of Tomorrow, to NXT. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Osaka, Japan,
Asuka has won multiple women's championships. She won the first ever women's Royal Rumble, even a former Money in the Bank winner.
Domination and intimidation personified.
You know, I really missed Asuka. You guys get it? Missed?
I think I might vomit green liquid after that joke, Saxton. WWE Universe, prepare to have your mind blown. With the arrival of the one and only, the energy level has just been pushed through the roof. And his partner, from Paducah, Kentucky, weighing in at 190 pounds,
Ricochet set for action. Just amazing to watch. But the match isn't even started yet.
Well, Ricochet better be careful not to tire himself out before the bell rings.
We are about to see what Ricochet does.
The Poison Pixie is here. The head of the table, the Tribal Chief, protecting his Samoan family legacy on top of the food chain.
A main eventer since day one, but now the Tribal Chief is tougher than ever.
and from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the
Mixed tag team action underway. We are starting with Asuka and Ricochet. And across from them, they'll be squaring off with Candice LeRae and Roman Reigns.
Remember, if a partner tags out, the opposing team's member must also tag out immediately or face disqualification.
If those rules applied to us, I'd tag Cole and get you out of here.
But wait, I'm part of yours and Michael's team.
That's what you think. Producing a trampling. From the middle rope. Oh, splash. A sidewalk slam.
And Asuka moves. Good defense.
Candice on the receiving end.
Shining Wither to rearrange your face. Man, a little extra luster behind that kick.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. Stop right to the belly. From the middle rope. What a splash. Now that'll do some serious damage. Each competitor showing they've done their homework. She's showing signs of slowing now. This is exactly why constant, frequent tags are shoulders down. This could be the one that does it for her. Fights out at two.
This is no time to hesitate. You can feel the end coming.
Right in the mouth, relentless. Asuka's in control.
Candice is gonna have to navigate these deep waters. LeRae avoids the attack. Asuka timed that one well.
Sidekick on the mark. What a forearm. Ooh, merciless looking blow. Seated drop kick connects. LeRae shifts that to her favor. Back and forth from these competitors. Oh, leg lariat. Stiff kick. The end of the road for Candice might just be near.
There it is! We could see a tap out!
It's locked in, and she lets her out of the submission.
I don't know if it's mercy or if it's someone who's not done playing with their prey.
Candice now undertaking a barrage. This is what it feels like running into the buzzsaw that is Asuka. Kick to the midsection, sunset flip.
Oh, into a powerbomb.
Candice gets that set right back to her. Countered it just in time. Glory bomb! She tags out, so now it's the men one-on-one. Turns it around. Standing shooting star press, incredible.
Oh, cross body.
Oh, did you see that? What a reversal by Reigns.
Great awareness from Ricochet.
Super kick. Beautiful drop kick.
Reigns gets out of harm's way.
Momentum completely in the corner of Ricochet.
Roman's on the wrong side of this exchange.
Counter.
Yeah, Roman was able to momentarily stop the bleeding, but can he take control of this match?
Closed fist connects. Oh, look at that torture their opponent. Uh-oh, this isn't going to be good. Oh, man. Had an answer for the big dog.
He saw it coming. Kick to the gut.
Cranked around into a neck breaker.
Typical guy hiding behind his woman.
Beautiful athleticism. Can run it. Face breaker. Asuka looking uneasy now. She adjusts it and reverses it. Reciprocating the initial reversal. And responds with a counter of their own. Middle rope. Missile drop kick.
Hit the target.
We knew we were in for something special between these competitors, but they are taking things over their own limits. Cover here.
And you know what that means? It means she probably has something even more devastating to finish her off with.
Down low with the drop kick. Oh, foot just stomping down. She got the shoulders down. She pops the shoulder up in one. Her iron will on display for the world to see.
Candice quickly dodges.
Asuka retaliates.
Hoist it all the way. Oh, brain buster.
Candice on the receiving end.
Look at Asuka.
Asuka's in position. It's inevitable from here.
to solid positioning.
It's cinched in. The Oscar lock.
And she loses via submission.
Hoppa.
First this tag's over. What a win.
Here are your winners, Asuka and Ricochet.
This pairing paid strong dividends with an impressive tag team win.
These two looking like a force to be reckoned with in the women's tag team division.
Ik stop er voor vanavond mee. Ja, zoals ik al zei, ik heb nog even vakantie, dus ik kan nog even verder gaan. Ik heb nog een weekje. Iedereen vast een fijne avond die dit kijkt. Tot de volgende keer.